Welcome to our final session of our launch process. During this journey, in the last 2 meetings, you have taken a deep dive into your system to look at what are your strengths, what are your needs. You've collected a lot of information, and you're going to use that information today to really start thinking and synthesizing that work into an improvement design as we move forward. We do this work for all kids, and you're really in this room today because not all kids have that voice. So we wanted to make sure that those kids who have been traditionally unrepresented have a voice in this room.
The system in the country has all students generally have moved up, but what has happened also simultaneously is that our achievement gap has remained incredibly persistent.
You came here in January recruited from across the state because you want to be leaders in improvement work. You're dedicated to doing things differently for your students. And you started thinking deeper and deeper about what is in the way of making sure every student is hitting that milestone. What could possibly be in the way?
You need to have a way to keep yourself calibrated. So this is where data is your servant. But you've got to think about what data is going to serve you best.
So we wanted to give you an opportunity as a team to come together and really build some mutual understanding around what you've already heard so far. As your team is sharing out some of those insights and ahas, please add those to your poster. You'll see on the bottom, it's the adult system improvement ideas.
So the outsides of your improvement design workspace are looking really populated. You have a lot of ideas going on, but we started the day thinking about your students and the why behind this area that you're focusing on. So we're going to bring you back to that point. And it's to help, once again, build those connections across districts so they can really understand where you're coming from, who you're serving in your schools, who you are. So make sure you bring those into your why as best as you can.
This next portion of your time is really focused on figuring out how am I going to align all of those components of an improvement design that will eventually inform my overall improvement approach. We want to encourage you to start thinking about those conditions that will need to surround your circle, your what, how, and why, in order to support the improvement work.
What you're going to do is write down one thing on your Post-it and keep it with you for the closing circle. What's one thing you commit to discontinue in your work practice to make space for some of the change that you've been discussing?
Because at the end of the day, it comes back to why. Who we are, what motivates us, what makes meaning in our lives, and what makes things right for our students.
We are committed to equitably producing college and career-ready and civic-minded graduates who are able to succeed in a global society.
Our why is to love the hardest ones to love, believe in the forgotten, give a voice to the voiceless, and empower the powerless.
We hold ourselves and each other accountable for openly confronting biases that prevent us from achieving equity.
What we want you to do is look around the room, think about your responsibility not only to your classroom, your school, your district, but to the students of California. So in your hands are the things that you're going to commit to leave behind to be able to move forward in this work. And we're going to create this symbolic bonfire in the middle. And we're going to shed that last thing into the middle. We're going to throw it on my count of 3. Our launch process will be done. And we look forward to the journey ahead. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, congratulations, and we'll see you soon.